What's your take on the current outlook of bourbon? People are talking about it all the time.
You know, Steve Beam tells me all the time his family has made bourbon in good times. They've made bourbon in bad times. It's just what they do. They just make bourbon. And it always comes back around. If you've got a lull in the bourbon industry, it's exactly that. It's a lull.
And the thing about bourbon, it's not a short-term thing, right? You plan in decades and scores. So I think for us, it's really about, we've already built a 20-year master plan of where we want to go and what we want to do. And so it's, yeah, are there going to be storms to weather? Of course there are.
I think it's I'd say it's bifurcated. So people who have a concerned point of view about the state of the bourbon industry maybe own a lot of barrels or are contract distillers and are looking at it from that side because there's massive oversupply. Some would even say a glut. And frankly, the glut side of it is really just a distraction for a certain group of people, right, who are invested in a certain side of it.
I think where you may see some negative, maybe some downturn is just brands that kind of came about that maybe aren't so passion focused, aren't so focused on the quality of the products of what they're doing. I think anytime something gains a lot of popularity, everyone assumes it's easy and it's a great business to get into, right? It's easy money and want to ride the wave.
You know, Jane said it, it's a long-term play. If you're not taking that strategy, then yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit troublesome the next few years. But that's also not a bad thing. You know, if somebody's paying $100 for a 4-year-old, that's just not right. Like it doesn't make sense, right? Especially when, you know, you've got Evan Williams and Maker's Mark and products like that that are out there that are older than 4 years old that are $15, $20 a bottle. So, you know, I think it's going to be a great time for the consumer, and it's a bit of a market correction too. Some of this is a post-COVID kind of hangover, which is what you're seeing. But, you know, people aren't magically just stopping to drink bourbon, right? I think a lot of the noise too is post-COVID, people had huge projections, right? We came into 2021 and everybody was growing crazily. So you adjust your projections. So it's not that they're not growing. It's just that they're not growing at the rate that, you know, they wanted it to grow post-COVID.
What's that worst case scenario? It gets a little older? Well, I kind of like older juice. Anything past 6 years, you know, you want to taste it. You want to check on it. You want to find when it's the best. We'll have a lot more 6-year juice on the market because of this situation. And that's not a bad thing.
For us, it may just mean more access, right? More availability to different ages, different distilleries. So we do 10-barrel blends, so the very small scale compared to most people here at the festival. And what we're looking for is diversity. So we're not looking to buy from one distillery, one mash bill, one age, one run date. We want as much diversity as we can get because we blend everything to taste. We look at it like being a chef, right? Go out, find the best ingredients, blend them to a heightened experience. So for us, the more availability, the better.
But I think the more important perspective is the consumer perspective. And from that standpoint, and especially as a brand, as Pinhook, I think the state of the bourbon industry, aside from the glut, has never been better.
It's an interesting time. I think as consumers, I'm a consumer first. We talk about it all the time. Yeah. We're consumers before even producers. So it's exciting to think quality of liquid's going to improve.
Price is going to
stabilize.
Come down and stabilize, which is really good.
My outlook on whiskey is bright. You better put sunglasses on because it's extremely bright. People are getting into it. The ladies are getting into it. People are truly loving the journey that they're getting from the life of whiskey.
Bourbon has never been healthier. There's never been more interest. You have so many new brands that have come along that are doing interesting and unique things. So the category continues to get more interesting, more unique. And so I think it's still really the golden age for bourbon.
Jane and I both live in Bardstown, and our distillery's in Springfield, which is only 20 minutes away. But the tourism is on fire.
It's not slowed down at all.
I mean, I live right downtown, and I mean, between Thursday through Sunday, I mean, the town's just inundated with tourists, which is fantastic. So, I mean, that tells you that the interest we still haven't peaked by any means. So it's exciting for us because we get to see it. We see it pretty much every week in Bardstown, how interested people still are in bourbon, and it continues to grow.